Hey, my name is Matt Stohrer, and don't freak out. Don't freak out. But I am taking a sabbatical from repairing saxophones for a living. It's gonna be okay. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Um, so, I dislike the sort of like, I'm doing this, here's my think piece type of thing. But I know that if I make this announcement on Facebook or there'll be lots of comments about it. If I make it on my webpage, there'll be lots of questions about it on Facebook and in email. So I figure this is probably the best place to do it. Long story short, I've been doing this for 15 years, and I actually have achieved exactly what I set out to do. I mean, I didn't think I want to work in an Airstream like when I first started, right? But I did know that from the moment I thought about doing this job, from the very first moment I realized it was a job, and then realized I wanted to do it. I wanted to do vintage and collectible saxophones on my own, like just high-end work for people that cared, right? Um, and that's what I'm doing. I mean, that's exactly what happened, and I'm doing it in a really cool way that is super awesome. The problem is that there's two pieces of advice I usually give out when people ask me about, they're like, oh, you do what you love for a living. Like, how'd you make this weird thing work? And I say, well, the only thing worse than doing a job you hate is doing a job you love the wrong way. So if you're going to do something you care about, you have to make it work the way you want it to work, right? Otherwise, it's worse than something you don't care about. Doing something you care about in a way you think is wrong is soul crushing. So you got to end up working on your own, pretty much, being your own boss or something, or working in a place that lets you do it exactly how you want to do it. The second thing I say is, anything you do for work ends up being a job. You can't have that passion last 10 years. You can't be working 60, 70-hour weeks years into trying to make something work. You have to have a plan to where it becomes like a discrete part of your life. You have to keep it at a level where it remains enjoyable. And I think I have slowly failed at the second part for a lot of different reasons that have to do with sort of the way my personal life has gone in the past few years. I've just had to work a lot. And I've been sitting at work and realizing that I am in danger of having the passion that drives me, that makes me want to make these videos. Well, not these videos, the good videos, that makes me want to do this work, that makes coming into work and seeing a silver-plated 30M exciting and emotionally moving in a way that most jobs aren't. I realized that if I kept on my path, that I was in danger of damaging that, of tarnishing it, tarnishing. And I had been spending the past year or two kind of thinking about how to deal with that. And there wasn't a lot of ways around it just because of the financial necessity of having income, right? I could jack up my prices and work a lot less. I could win the lottery and take a few months off. But what actually ended up happening is a good friend of mine has a software startup, and I am going to be working with them. And I'm actually going to be their director of sales. I'm going to try and help my friend who has a really interesting vision inside of the software, life sciences, scientific software, and data handling space. A little bit different than this. But I've been talking to him over years as he's been building this idea and building this company, and I've been really excited about it, and I really like the guy. And so he offered me a chance to come work with him, which I'm going to go do for a while, for an undetermined period of time. And I've actually been doing it for a few weeks already, and I really enjoy it. It's interesting, it's fun, it's a challenge, it's very different, it's crazy, it's, I'm deep end, I'm drowning, but that's kind of what I like, and I think that was part of what was going on here is I was no longer feeling existential fear when I came into work. And I think in a weird way that might drive me. I might need something to really push on. And I need some time and some space to kind of think about, whether I want to try and change that aspect of myself or whether I need to find that somewhere, either at this job or take up rock climbing or something. I don't know. But I'm still doing this, actually. I mean, you might be able to tell. I'm not sure if the window's in the view, but it's like Friday evening, and like I have an opportunity to like go out and do some stuff. But actually, the really cool thing is, I want to be doing what I'm doing here. Like I'm working on some horns, and I'm excited about it, which is like a really, a really amazing feeling to feel. I was worried that maybe somehow I was going to lose that. And feeling that sort of come to me from somewhere else, you know, to be given to me, to have that passion come find me again, is it's a relief, and it feels really good. So I think, as far as I can tell, this early on, my plan is working. I still plan on making videos because I really like that. I don't want to stop. I'm going to keep working on saxophones on a lower level as time permits and my passion provides for. Back away for a little bit. That's why I call it a sabbatical, and sort of figure out what the next moves are. So hopefully that explains things. Hopefully you're not too freaked out. Although it's probably a massive assumption on my part that like you really care. But if you watch this far, maybe you do. So that's what's going on with me. That's what's going on with my work on saxophones, my YouTube channel, and another thing, I really need to update my website. It's been forever, and I just haven't had the time. And now that I've got income coming from a place that isn't sitting here anyways, right? I'm hoping that a lot of that sort of like overdue housekeeping stuff. Speaking of housekeeping, this place is a wreck. I need to do some upgrades on my Airstream. I'm hoping that that'll give me some time to do that as well. So, kill 10 birds with one stone maybe here, see what happens. And yeah, wish me luck. And I don't think, I've set a pretty low bar for myself as far as how many of these videos, or how many of the good videos I put out. So I don't think that'll slow down. It might even speed up. I've already made, I think, 3 in the past 2 weeks, including this one, although I probably shouldn't count this one. I've made 2 normal ones in the past 2 weeks, which like before that it was like 1 every 3 to 5 months. Because like I said, I think because I'm excited, because I've got the freedom. It's not like, oh, I need to like, put down my work, like stop making money and like make this video. Like I have like a salary job right now that has normal hours. And when I do this stuff, it's all bonus. And it feels great. So my name is Matt Stohrer. I am on a sabbatical from repairing saxophones for a living. I don't know if that's what I'll say in my videos. I might just keep saying I repair saxophones for a living, but I don't right now. I mean, it's not the majority of my income. I don't know. I'm Matt Stohrer, and I want to talk to you about saxophones. Anybody has any ideas of stuff that doesn't sound like too dorky can drop it in the comments. But yeah, hopefully you're okay with that, and you can wish me some luck. And I'm interested to see where this part of my journey goes. Thanks for watching.